Hi. Every once in a while, I get this thought about production designer. Production designer. Do you know what that is? I think there's someone out there who thinks that I would actually go and work as a production designer. Let me put this in perspective for you. In the year 2000 or 2001 or around then, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, something like that, maybe 2003. No, wait. 2000 and 2001. I was a production designer in Los Angeles. I worked as a production designer. Guess how big budget the movies were that I was production designer on? Do you understand that I am a movie producer who produced a SAG movie, Plan 9 from Outer Space remake? You've heard of Ed Wood. Johnny Depp played Ed Wood in the movie Ed Wood. Ed Wood's biggest, most famous movie with Bela Lugosi was Plan 9 from Outer Space. I produced the remake of that movie. Hello? Hello? Anybody home? If you think that I'm supposed to be a production designer, that's my resume as a producer. As an actor, I played Ronald McDonald in the biggest Ronald McDonald movie or video on earth from 2016, from 2016, however you want to say it, from 2016 to today. I had the biggest Ronald McDonald video or film there was on earth, and I played Ronald McDonald, and it was my idea to film. I was one of the creators, one of the producers of the video. Actually a creator, because it was on social media. I don't own the rights to Ronald McDonald, obviously. That's why it was on YouTube, where you're allowed to dress as characters. And it's not something that I would put in a movie, because I'd have to ask McDonald's permission. And as a producer, I know how to do that, because I went to one of the best film schools on earth. I got my MFA there from a 3-year film school that is the number 4 film school voted by Hollywood Reporter. Okay, that's great. Okay, do you think that looks good in a resume? What school did you or anyone you know go to? What's the American dream? To be a big movie star and work in the movie industry? I went to the number 4 film school on earth, voted by Hollywood Reporter. One of the huge, some of the biggest Hollywood insiders. You know who I am? I'm a Hollywood insider, literally. I produced a SAG movie, the remake of Plan 9 from Outer Space, called Plan 9. I am a Hollywood insider, and I had an acting role in the movie too. And that's one of the movies I did. I actually wrote, directed, produced, played the lead, and edited 3 original feature films, 3 feature films that I wrote the screenplays for. I came up with the idea, I came up with the characters, my original movies. I got the budget together somehow to film the movie. And the budgets of those were bigger budgets. At least one of those movies that I did was bigger budgets than the ones I was production designer on. And the Plan 9 one that is, and I was also screenwriter of those. So I could work as a screenwriter. I could work as a director. I could work as an actor or a producer or an editor. Why, of all things, would I choose to be a production designer? Okay, so every time that thought shows up in my mind, production designer, do you have any idea of the versatility of how I can work in the entertainment industry if I really have to? It might suck. It's not as good as making my own productions. And I've been making my own productions this whole time, my films and videos, my documentary films and videos. I have more content of films and videos that I own the rights to with me as the star than any other human being on earth. Me, John Birmingham, I own more hours of films and videos with me as the star than any other human being alive on earth. That is how hard I've worked at my films and videos. I actually have about 70 films that I was the writer, director, and producer and star of, or producer of, and usually was the lead actor in 70 of them. And I have 2,000 videos. 2,000 videos. And no, they're not like most other people. If you see here and there, you'll find someone on YouTube that really made thousands of videos, and their videos are 10 minutes long. So many of my videos are like 2 hours long or 40 minutes long or many hours long or whatever, because I filmed literally more content and more films and videos with me as the star than any other human being on earth when you look at the quality of my work. I'm not talking about videos like Al did, and Al is the one who got me into that, Al Bob, because he started filming longer videos. He did these really long live videos of him talking. He's a storyteller and he's really good at storytelling, so he told these longer stories, and some of our videos got kind of big on my channel. Videos I produced have 400 million views. You know why? Because I paid Danica's bills. I paid all Danica's bills from 2005 to 2017, to 2017, because my mom and dad gave me a really good job, because they make really super good money. They're really good at making money at real estate and jobs they worked hard at. And they did that with their own hard work. They worked 2 jobs each and maybe another one. So they had 5 jobs between them. They were working so hard. And it was easier for me to work like 65 years full-time hours since I was a little kid, if you add up the full-time hours, because I was working 12 hours a day, if you look at it as 5 hours and 40 minutes a day or something like that, with holidays and with no weekends of work. So I actually, may have worked 65 years or something like that. When you take off holidays. So I don't know. My mom and dad may have worked 140 years. They're in their 70s. I don't know. Why am I talking about them? What does that have to do with anything? I was the one who did all the work at my films and videos and stuff, and they're good. They're the ones. I'm a jerk. They're the ones who worked really hard at the jobs that made a bunch of money. I may not have a huge amount of money, or I don't know how much money I have. I may have $0 or I may have $10 million. I don't know how much money I have, because I live for God and Jesus. And I tried to set a net worth, and I looked up, researched everyone's net worth. I was so good at knowing what people's net worth was. I thought that I could look at who they are. I could not even see any stuff in, I got too obsessed with net worth, so God made it so that I didn't know how much I have. So I may, so I may have $0, or I don't know how much money I have. And one time God let me know. This was like a few months ago. God told me I was a wealthy elite, but then on paper, I couldn't figure out how much money I had. It looked like I had negative $400 or something like that. And I don't know how much money I have, and I live for God and Jesus. But I started filming this because I got really annoyed, and I shouldn't have been a jerk about it, and because I was angry, because I kept getting this thought. It kept coming back, this thought, production designer. Like, who do you think I am? Do you even know what a resume is of someone like me? Like I've produced movies bigger than the movies that I production designed. So as a producer, I can work as a producer. I've written movies bigger than the movies I worked at as a production designer. I've directed movies bigger than the movies that I worked at as a production designer. I have acted in bigger productions or bigger videos than the ones that I worked at as a production designer. I have edited bigger videos than I worked at as a production designer. And I've edited entire movies and the whole thing, why production designer? That's the thing I was wondering. Why would the thought production designer? Please. Hello. Who's doing that to me? I don't know. Maybe it's my own worry. maybe 20 years ago, I tried to act like I was really cool and big. I'm a production designer. Who cares? Great. It's something that I did, I know how to do, and also I can work as a production designer if I really thought that I had to, but I don't want to. It made me sad. At first I was motivated. It was something good I could work at, and then I got sad, and I thought, we don't know. we don't know what's going to happen. I thought, actually I know. I like being a writer and director and lead actor in my own productions. That's what I like the best. Or being an actor. That's pretty much it. Okay? I'd like someone else to produce the stuff. I have a tremendous amount of stuff that I worked at as a producer and creator of videos. Lowercase c, lowercase creator. No, I'm not playing God. We try to be like God. God is the creator of everything. We try to be like God without playing God. We're godly and kind and good. We're kind to others because we also are Jesus-like. So that means we're kind. That means we're kind to others. I don't know. I'm a sinful man. I might be an idiot jerk. I don't know. But Jesus knows and God knows. And Jesus wants us to be kind to others. Hey, I look okay. I thought I looked okay. Jesus wants us to be kind to others. When they're mean to us, forgive them, even if it's hurting our own body. But don't let wicked people ever try to corrupt your soul or get you to sin or trick you into thinking you have to be mean, even though they're nice people. They're not going to get you to be that bad if they're not wicked. I don't think I've ever met a wicked person. You wouldn't even really meet them. You'd only see the sin they were working at. You wouldn't even know who they are if they were wicked. Sometimes I've seen people only do sin, and it worried me, and I stayed away from them. And then I saw that same lady come back in. I saw her walk in someplace, and then she just looked like sexy, trying to look like she was sexually attractive to men, and every little movement she did and everything she had worked at to be skinny and good looking or whatever. And she tried to look sexy with everything she did. And then I saw her walk back in, and she said, "Is it too late? Is it too late? Can I come back in and go to my room? I think I left something or something." And she was really nice and kind. And I wasn't interested in her in that way. And, it was just it was good. It was really good to see that she had a kind, good soul. And I got to see her soul. I was watching from the hotel lobby. I was in there, and she walked back in. And so, of course, I only like Danica. I wouldn't have looked at the stuff that she was trying to show and act like she must have been a little sinful when she was at the place, and she felt bad. And so people have to do that, and we'll all be changed. In the Bible, it says we'll all be changed. We'll all be changed. Even those who have to end up in hell, they'll spend forever in hell, then they'll burn up in the lake of fire and die the second death. They'll die the second death in hell, and even they will be changed too. I think time is going to end and go back to the way that God had things. I'm a nerd now. No. And I think God's going to make things back to how they were when there was no time, before there was time, because supposedly those people in hell will be changed too. So he loves all of us. He loves every one of our souls. But some of us, he'll say he never met you. I don't know who you are. I'm not talking to you any right now. But some people on Judgment Day, he'll say he never knew them. And he'll say, get away from him, those workers of unrighteousness, in so many words. I don't know how he says it. He says, get away from me, you workers of unrighteousness. You're not really supposed to tell anyone of that in real life. That'd be like judging them and thinking that they're going to go to hell or something like that. One time I used to get angry and I told somebody that's stupid. It's a jerk, mean thing to do. It's wrong. That's like judging them. Then you might be worse than them. We can't judge anyone on earth. Some of them may make it right to heaven. We can't tell if they're good or bad unless we really see them do good. Then we know, hey, we met them, and we'll see them again in heaven. Someone we met and who we know. That's how you meet someone, when you see them doing God's work for God, meaning kindness to others, repenting, for feeling sorry and humble, really sorry for what they had done wrong, forgiving others even when others were mean to them, not showing images of lust or sexual attraction unless they look really beautiful and really good, and God made them that way, and they're innocent and kind about it, and they can't help it, and that's just how that's how they look, and they're willing to be childlike to enter the kingdom of heaven, or they're willing to act like a man or a woman sometimes when appropriate, when they are a man or a woman, but not a child usually. I think there's 91 under 20 who's supposed to act like a man or a woman. They're all real children. That's what the Bible words that say that they don't talk, but God says that in the Bible. The Bible doesn't talk. God tells us that in the Bible. He had these workers for him who are human beings, who are kind and righteous and good enough to write the Bible. Huge companies have employees. Why would God not have people working for him to get the Bible written? God and Jesus had the Bible written on earth, and everything in it is true. Everything in it is real. Praise God, praise Jesus. God gets all the praise. That means God gets all the glory, and God deserves praise. He doesn't get all the praise, but in some ways he may get all the praise because he knows everything and I don't. So he knows a way that he can do everything. You can do all things with God. With man, you can do nothing. With God, you can do all things, because God can do everything. So you can do anything with God if you're godly and good enough. If you're sinful, that's the wrong way. That's the sinful way, and you can do nothing with sin. You can do nothing with sin, with the of the earth, with this cursed earth. If that's what is you think is hurting us, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, man. And then just don't worry about it. Be a nerd if you have to, like a real nerd. That's stupid. And they're like, hey, we're cool. We look better, and they fornicate and do things or whatever. They're bad. And you can be the nerd who doesn't do any of it, and they kind of make fun of you, but it probably won't hurt you. But if they hurt your body, don't worry about it. Don't let them hurt your soul, because that's forever. Praise God. Praise Jesus. Bye.